going on, y'all? Back with another one. Man, in this video, really just want to talk about finding you as a creator. What's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Man, in this video, really just want to talk about finding you as a creator. I'm just specifically talking about like this field in general, and I can't really speak on any other field, but as this field, I'm talking about being a filmmaker, being a photographer, being a videographer, and really actually finding and a couple things. Now, what I think of the fact that, like, you know, just finding you as a creator in this field. And I want to say finding you through your content. And I think these two, I think these two that I got written down, I think it's kind of the same. Find yourself within your content and within your messaging, your message, you know, what you want to display and put out with your content. And I had a very hard time, like, really actually trying to find me, you know, within this field. And I'm still am. Like, every single day, it's a real life battle, for real, trying to find me. And thinking that, looking at other people, other photographers, other videographers, other filmmakers, and I actually seeing what they doing. And seeing the content they putting out, thinking to myself, this type of content I need to put out, I need to be doing these type of shoots. Okay, I see what they post. Let me go ahead and make a separate page for my photos and put my photos on this page. Thinking all these things that you gotta do and all, but all in all, it's like, bro, you really gotta do what works best for you. You know, just because you see a creator or so, another photographer, videographer posting this work, posting that work, doesn't necessarily mean you gotta do the same thing. And all, the field that we in, it's a creative art. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever you want to put out into the world. You know, let the world, you know, take it as what it is. And what I mean by that, and I mean that, like, when you even put your work out and have a purpose of what is the reason for you putting this out, you know, yeah, aim towards that, your purpose of the reason why you putting this out, the reason, what's the message behind everything that you're doing, like every content you post, every photo shoot that you do, every video shoot that you do, and you know, for my documentary filmmakers out there, every film that you do, what is the message that you're putting out? And I want to say the message I'm putting out there, and I just want to let everybody to feel motivated, to feel like they have what it takes. When they look at somebody else, they can do the exact same thing. And now there's different type of creators out there, but I'm not gonna go deep into that. I'm just going to basically talking about in my field, like I said in the beginning of the video. But yeah, you really have to know your messaging. And like I say, with my messaging and all, I just want to put it out on display to let people know, like, have hope in yourself. You know, motivate yourself, lift yourself up, believe in yourself that you can do it. Like, whatever you got your mind set on, your vision, your goals, whatever you want to do, you can do it. And that's the reason for having a podcast. That's the reason for this. That is the reason for Life Within a Vision. Everything I do. And I just want to make sure that everyone be confident in themselves. And that's why with my business, we go by the 3 C's. Community, confidence, and creativity. And I want to build a community around people that's confident in their creativity. You know, just specifically talking about the people that's in to feel like, you know, and the reason why I just want to build a community behind this. And but that's the messaging that I want to put out there. And yeah, even with myself, sometimes I'm not even gonna sit here and lie or hold you. Sometimes I even lack confidence, you know, certain days. And certain days where I feel like I want to post this content, but all in all, it's like, nah, let me just step back a little bit, and then it's not like, not post that. No, but I'm like, nah, like, be confident in yourself, be confident in your work. Put that out there, let people see it. But you know, don't be afraid to put your work out there. Don't be afraid to put your content and stuff out there. So, and I remember doing a whole bunch of shoots, I'm doing weddings. I remember I was doing birthday parties. I did a maternity shoot for my fiance. We had our child, and I was doing a whole lot of stuff. But it was like, man, like, I had to break it down. I know that I'm probably getting back into I want to say that was episode 2 with the niching and all, but this video is just deeper than that, you know, deeper than the niching and all. It's just like really actually finding you and finding what you want to really actually do within this field. If you want to take it long term and take it to an area where you like, man, I am comfortable doing this and I just want to stick with this for as long as I can, you know. But yeah, just find you. And also too, there's one more thing I wrote down as well, is be yourself and then you're confident. If you a born person, be born. I ain't mean to say it like that, but I'm just saying, like, just be yourself in general. And people we gotta understand what I had to understand within myself, of the fact that, like, bro, people are just not paying for you to take their photos. Even some people, when they looking for a photographer, so they want to look at your work, and you know, they love pretty photos in here and there, and but more so of people are paying for the experience. You know what the experience whenever the client books you, and or like if word of mouth, and whenever they book you, and what type of experience are you going to give the client? And you know, and like I say, I'm always going to say this because this is year 1 for me. So I always talk about my experiences, and I'm always talking about what I'm learning within my journey as I continue to keep going, to continue to keep pushing, continue to keep driving, and starting to learn. And like, gotta make the experience memorable, you know? Yeah, for real. Like, whenever a client book me in, I always try to give them especially first time clients. I have a deal with first time clients, and it took me a long time to learn, like, give these first time clients a deal, and trying to do other stuff within my business, and to make the experience, like, when you book me, and like, this gonna happen, that's gonna happen, this, that, boom, just making the experience, you know, everlasting. And like, when somebody booked me, I want them to go on Google and make a Google review. And once they make a Google review, you know, we all want the stars. And so I had a bunch of clients. I hope I don't get a bad client. I hope I don't get a client where it's like, man, like, they talking junk. Like, Reed didn't do this, he ain't do that, he ain't show up on it. I try to avoid that as much as possible. I try to be more professional as possible. And that's me, you know, that's who I am. You know, I love being professional wherever I do, whatever I do. I just love, you know, professionalism. And I don't know what it is, what made me even be that way. But I always wanted, ever since I was a little, man, I'll be 100% honest with you, I always wanted a business. I always wanted to be that one. Like, I ain't wanna, ever since I heard about E.T., you know, when he started wearing shorts and all that, like, I ain't wanted to be the one that dressed up tight, you know what I'm saying, all the time. And even though I gotta always wear a button-up shirt, you know, whenever I have a session with a client, you know, showing my logo, I just want to show people my logo, and I show people that I'm professional. Not only am I professional, and it also depends on the session. So I also have a T-shirt with my logo on it as well. But let you know, like, I'm like Clark Kent when that button up come on. Like, I feel like Superman almost and all. But yeah, like ever since I was little, like I always wanted to have a business. And looking at other business owners and seeing how they being professional. And so I just try to implement that and, put my own little twist into it and put it in my own little way. But like I say, that's me. And that's me as a creator, me as a business owner, me as a business. Yeah, that's just what it is, though. You just have to real life just find you and what work best for you. And you have to show that within your content, the type of messaging that you're putting out within your content, and be yourself. I want y'all to keep that in mind, like, because I'm still learning. I can't stress it enough, I'm still learning. This field is a very challenging field because it's a creative field, and it's like, I probably talk about this in previous videos, but my fiance, she had reminded me, like, just within this field, even though she's not in the field I'm in, but still, I always ask my fiance questions, try to get her insight on this or that. And just within this field, it's like, you can't be no hustler in this field. I noticed that. Like, you really have to know, like, okay, with your sessions, when people book you and all, right? Like, okay, what you going to be delivering to them, and what's your pricing? Not only what's your pricing, and okay, are you going to give them some deals or no? Okay, how the experience is going to be, and what does your setup look like? Yeah, do you have a website? It's all these things you keep in mind, and to make the business look good. And yes, I understand you want to get the bread, all at the same time. You got to make the business look good too. And even if, man, there was a couple moments where even in my business, I ain't have it all together, but I try to make it look like I did, by being professional. Still got to be professional without a website. Still have to be professional even if you don't even have a logo, if that makes sense. Still got to be professional, you just got to be, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say, like I say, to keep those three things in mind, within your content, be yourself, find your messaging, and find you within all three of these elements, man. Find you within your content. Like, what are you putting out? What are you showing people? And not only that, what's your messaging? Like, when people come to your page, and like, what's the message that you're putting out to them? And when the people see you or see your brand and see your business, what's the message you putting out there? And be yourself. Can't sure sign up. Be yourself. Don't be no wannabe. Don't try to be like this person or that person. Be you. Because people want to book you. They not booking Sally Mae down the road. They not booking Ricky James. I don't know. I'm just saying a bunch of names. They not booking. They booking you. So, they book you for a reason. And so just keep that in mind. But you ought to know, man. That being said, day by day, sit better day. Smooth for life. We out.